Guys, bloody hell, that Nations League yesterday was mad. To be fair, I didn't watch all of the games, but obviously there was four games going on at the same time. To be fair, four good games. Obviously the quarterfinals, bit annoying because it'd have been better to have concentrated on just one game at a time. But I think, needless to say, um, the four teams that was expected to go through to the semi-final, Spain, France, Germany, and Portugal, all four of them got through. So they were the four teams that I expected to go through. Obviously, the first legs, Denmark beating Portugal in the first leg 1-0, and then Portugal overturning the deficit. I think in the end it finished 5-3, I believe. No, was it 5-3 or 5-2? I think it might have been 5-3 or 6-3 or something like that on aggregate to Portugal. And then obviously France and both Spain needing penalties. Obviously Spain and Holland game finished 3-3. Spain winning 5-4 on penalties. And then France obviously winning 2-0 in normal time. And then going all the way to penalties to beat Croatia. And then Germany, Italy finished, I believe, was it 3-3 on the night? I think it might have been 5-4 on aggregate. So again, all the games, high scoring games, and the four teams that you would have expected to get to the semi-finals have all made it there. Although it was, a few penalties that got them there. Yeah, big up Reluctant Gamer for coming on, bro. Big up. Obviously, new moderator in there as well. So yeah, man, the Nations League. Yeah, it was a mad night. I'm not sure who the semi-finals are going to be. My prediction was a Spain and France final if they was to avoid each other. I think in terms of the overall quality, and the know-how, I would say, I think both teams are likely to get to the final. But yeah, as I said, Portugal, Spain, France, and Germany were the four teams that I expected, and that's the way it went. So yeah, but yeah, some high-scoring games, and I'm not sure when the semi-final is going to be played, but it's going to be some good games to look forward to. I think either tie, if it's Spain, Germany, Spain, France, or Portugal, Spain, Portugal, France. You know what I mean? Whatever game that's going to happen is going to be, it's going to be another spectacle for sure, man. And my winners, I believe, it's tough because if I'm looking at Germany's squad, again, they're missing, for me, arguably their best player in Florian Wirtz. They still got a decent squad there, but Florian Wirtz for me is one of their best players. You look at France, again, you think of the likes of Pogba not in that squad, Martial not in that squad. They are missing a few players, but again, overall their squad is full of quality. And then you look at Spain, again, Spain missing arguably their best midfielder in Rodri. Um, Obviously got Pedri there as well, so he can be argued for being that as well. But when you got Lamine Yamal there, scored another one again. Nico Williams' pace. Arafabal come in for Morata and got two. So they've got quality there, and they're going to be a problem. And who's the other team? And Portugal again. With Portugal's squad is littered with quality as well. Trincao come off the bench yesterday to win him the game. Really, you might as well say. So yeah, all four teams, man, are gonna be thinking that they should be winning this tournament win this Nations League for sure. But yeah, big up for your comments. So Reluctant Gamer says, can you see Messi winning another World Cup? If I'm honest with you, I can't. And not because Messi isn't capable. I just think that obviously Messi was at possibly the peak of his powers when you say peak of his powers, I think Messi was probably better a couple seasons before. But I think in terms of internationally, I think he reached his limit for them. I think Messi will still produce when it matters for Argentina, but he's not going to be as dynamic for them as he needs to be, you know. And I think what's coming through, they have got quality coming through, but I don't see it. You know, if Messi was to win another World Cup, then again it'll be another great accomplishment from Messi. But for me, I don't see him winning another World Cup. But again, I would love to see it happen. But for me, I don't think. But yeah, big up reluctant gamer, bro. Yam says E class. It's not an E class. But let's just say you've got the right make. Let's just say. But it's not an E class. But yeah, big up for your comments, guys. So yeah, we're gonna get on to the third edition. Is it the third edition? Sorry, the fourth edition of obviously during this international break, we've been looking at the best players in the Premier League era in history from different positions. So we started off with central midfield. Obviously the list there was tough, but I eventually went with Yaya Toure as being the best ever Premier League central midfielder. I think there's no doubts there. And then we went to centre backs. So again, the list was tough, and I eventually went for Yapstam. You know, and again, these lists are not easy. But obviously, if you check my other content, guys, it'll give you a reason as to why I've picked them. You know, and it could be any player really, because these lists are tough. But I went for Yaya Toure, centre mid, Yapstam, centre back, and then yesterday, attacking midfield left. Again, if you watched the content yesterday, again another tough decision, but I eventually went with Eden Hazard. So Yaya Toure, Yapstam, Eden Hazard for the three positions. Today, it's going to be attacking midfielder right, or right winger, or right midfielder. For me, this is probably, in terms of numbers, there's not really too much options in my opinion. And if I do miss out any names, guys, make sure you smash that in the chat. Before we start that though, a notable mention for Sadio Mane, someone that I missed out on yesterday in terms of the Premier League era's best ever attacking midfielders, left wingers, or left midfielders. Yeah, I missed that Sadio Mane, so he deserves a mention, because that trident with him, Salah, and Roberto Firmino was deadly, you know, and he was a massive part of that. So yeah, notable mention for Sadio Mane. Obviously, multiple times African Player of the Year as well. And for me, he definitely in that list. I just missed his name out. So but yeah, 100%, man. He deserves a mention. But guys, yeah, we're gonna get into it. So as I said, the list isn't that big, you know. For me, there's only 4 players on this list, and again, if you guys think of any other players, be sure to put that in the chat. And guys, as I said, make sure you smash that like button. It's just one touch of the button, you know, helps the channel to reach more viewers. And make sure you subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In, and obviously put that notification on as well for when I go live. Guys, I'm only 9 away from 900 subscribers, on the way to 1K. So yeah, 9 subscribers away from hitting a milestone. And as I said, if you appreciate the content, obviously I'm doing content every day. Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and obviously show some support. So yeah, best right midfielders, right winger, or attacking midfielder right in Premier League history. Again, only 4 names. So before I get onto this, big up WWE thing. Are you a fan of wrestling? I am. I am a fan of wrestling. I've been watching wrestling ever since I was young. So if you are, I don't mind getting into the wrestling talk. You know, I kind of get an idea if you have got some chat to say about wrestling. Obviously, I think you might mention the CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins triple threat match, or the John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. But yeah, my extensive network in terms of wrestling, I used to watch WCW, ECW, AEW I watch now, WWE I watch now. So yeah, if you got any chat about wrestling, guys, I'm here for it. So yeah, make sure you put your comments in the chat. And as I said, smash that like button. Bro, yeah, let's go, man. WWE thing, let's go. But don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel, man. So give me your comments, and once I finish getting through my options for right wing, attacking midfielder, right midfielder, then we'll get into the chat after. Yeah, bro, big up for subscribing. So first on the list, Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez, formerly of Leicester City, then made the move to Manchester City. So for me, Riyad Mahrez, in terms of, if I look at modern day wide men now, I don't really see too many players with the elegance of Mahrez, you know. And again, Mahrez, when he was at Leicester, he was actually a better player, I would say, at Leicester, because Leicester just let him play. Obviously, with Pep, you know, he is going to win more trophies for sure and be more decisive. But at Leicester, he was more of a talent, where he was a match winner. And again, don't get me wrong, at Man City, he was winning games, but Leicester, as everyone knows, when Leicester won that league title, the main focus was around N'Golo Kante in midfield, Riyad Mahrez on the wing, on the right, and then Jamie Vardy getting the goals. Riyad Mahrez, for me, was the most naturally talented player for Leicester, easily, and he was their clear match winner. Obviously, Vardy got the goals, but in terms of ability and just making things happen, Riyad Mahrez was that guy. When he went to Man City, as I said, I do feel that Pep stifled his game in terms of not being able to be more of a creative spark for Man City. But his numbers and in terms of his decisiveness was definitely there. And for me, he definitely deserves a place in this list as one of the best all-time attacking midfielders from the right in the league. You know, magic wonder for left foot. His dribbling and his touch. If anyone remembers his double touch, I call it double touch. People call it elastico. That's a skill that I like doing as well when I'm playing five-a-side. And I think Riyad Mahrez had that down like so comfortable, you know. And Riyad Mahrez's quality was just evident. Like, I think when he was at Man City, for me, he was clearly the best right winger in the league for me, in terms of his quality, his output, you know, being decisive in moments. And if you look at Man City now, what they would do with a player like that in their team, I think Savinho now is close to him in terms of what he can offer, but he has a long way to go to be as decisive as a Riyad Mahrez. And for me, Riyad Mahrez makes this list easily, you know. Again, I like seeing the left-footed player playing from the right and cutting in. And Riyad Mahrez done that consistently for Man City. But not only that, he was a creator as well. He was a creator first, and at Man City, he did obviously up his output. So for me, he was complete, you know. And he was someone as well. He obviously played for the best team in the league at the time, but he could have easily gone and played for a Barcelona, a Real Madrid, a Bayern Munich as well. So he easily gets in for me. Second on this list, well, I'll say it's not in order. Next on this list, David Beckham. Obviously, back in the era of 4-4-2, Beckham played as a right midfielder. Obviously, when he went to AC Milan, Real Madrid, PSG, he played more as a central midfielder. But in the system at Man United, it was a 4-4-2, and he was a right midfielder. I think in terms of free kick accuracy, you know, dead ball specialist, crossing, I think you don't get many better than David Beckham, you know. Obviously, David Beckham is originally from near where I used to live, in Chingford. He's originally from Chingford, so not far from me. And obviously, he played for his Sunday League team, actually, was the rivals of the Sunday League team that I used to play for. You know, a team called Ridgeway Rovers. And obviously, I played for Redbridge United at the time. But obviously, it was our rivals. And the fact that you had someone coming from, you know, that neck of the woods, I would say, the work that he put in, you know, he thoroughly deserved his career. And obviously, his career went to another level in terms of his popularity and his icon status, I would say. But yeah, David Beckham as a footballer was a top footballer. Obviously, never had the pace, but again, in that era, he didn't rely on pace. You know, he wasn't a wide player that needed to go and take on his man. His delivery was that good. You know, his touch and technique was that good. He can just pick out any striker, any player from anywhere. And when he played with Van Nistelrooy had a field day with Beckham, because Beckham would just pick him out and obviously just leave Van Nistelrooy to do the finishing. You know, and for me, David Beckham, just because of his, I think because of everything, his longevity, his quality. You know, I think he's very underrated as well. Definitely for me, one of United's best ever players. You know, for what he gave to United. And obviously he's still relevant in today's game. You know, he's an ambassador for Adidas. So yeah, David Beckham, man, what a player. And at the time growing up, man, he was someone that, you know, a lot of people looked up to, including myself, in terms of his work ethic, to be the best that he can be. Obviously, there's been times where he's been training. You've seen some training clips. I used to have a David Beckham video, and obviously the guy used to practice shooting the ball through a tyre in the goal, you know, and this is why he perfected his skill. And yeah, for me, no doubting that David Beckham deserved the career that he had, and definitely makes this list for me. So yeah, big up Beckham, man. Next on the list, Mo Salah. Again, a player that divides opinion. In terms of his output, in terms of his numbers from wide positions, I think there ain't no one better. You know, what I would say, Mo Salah isn't my type of player. You know, in terms of his output, I can respect. In terms of his decisiveness in games, again, you can respect it. But if I'm looking at a wide player and what I want from my wide player, first and foremost for me is the ability. Big up Pixel Minecraft. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Pixel, and make sure you smash that like button as well, man. Would appreciate. But big up for coming on. Yeah, for me, Mo Salah, in terms of numbers, in terms of his decisiveness in games, again, he does step up. But what I want from my wide player, again, for me, I look at quality first, you know, because in those positions, for me, you have to be creative first and foremost. And for me, Mo Salah is more he's more a goal scorer, and that's the way Liverpool set their teams, you know. And he's the beneficiary of how Liverpool set up. Big up Baybars, Egg Yekla, big up. But yeah, Mo Salah for me, in terms of his numbers, can't be argued, but isn't my type of player, I would say. But the career he's had in the Premiership, he will rightfully go down as one of the greatest players to play in the Premiership. A lot of it is based on numbers, I would say. His actual performances, for me, have been few and far between. But you have to give him credit for consistency in terms of his consistent numbers, you know. I think Liverpool have only won, well, they've won one league title, but they're going to win a second one, in my opinion. Obviously, they've won, I think, a couple of Champions Leagues with Mo Salah, I believe. A few cups as well. But yeah, I would say that, for instance, yeah, Mo Salah is on this list. Again, another one by default because of his numbers. And again, yeah, he deserves the career that he's had in the Premiership. But again, I don't think I don't think he I don't personally, I don't think he deserves the hype that he gets, you know, because if I look at the all-round footballer, for me, he isn't the all-round footballer in terms of consistent quality, but his numbers cannot be argued, and that's one thing that has to be said. And the last one on this list again is Arjen Robben. And for me, Arjen Robben, people might point to the fact of longevity. For me, Arjen Robben was unplayable when he was at Chelsea. Obviously, left the Premier League to go and play for Real Madrid and obviously Bayern Munich as well. But yeah, I was touching on Arjen Robben in one of my previous streams as someone that in this era of football now, he would be Ballon d'Or contender easily, you know. But I think the impact he had at Chelsea, you know, playing with Damien Duff, Joe Cole, Drogba. I'm not sure if Gudjonsson might have been there as well. Like, he was part of a threatening attacking line, and he was someone again that had ridiculous pace, you know. He was someone that, in terms of being a player that cuts in from the right hand side onto the left, onto his left foot, I don't think the Premiership had seen someone like that before, and he was doing it to devastating effect. Devastating effect. Sorry, I think a lot of the players now you see inverted. You know, for me, Ronaldinho started at the inverted at Barcelona, and then obviously now it's a common thing. And to be fair, I prefer it because it gives you more options to come in field for a shot, or to link with your fullback on the outside, you know, or to link with your striker as well. So I prefer that. But I think Robben was one of the very first to do that in the Premiership, you know. And again, his pace, his left foot, his creativity as well from that position. And that Chelsea team was dominant under Mourinho, you know. And again, he was a great player. So yeah, he definitely deserves his place in that team. And guys, I've only got 4. So when I was doing it yesterday, when I was looking at my list, I was thinking, surely there must be more players that play from that position that can be in there. And I couldn't really think of anyone. So if anyone can think of any players that played from the right hand side that should be regarded as one of the best in the Premier League era, guys, put that in the chat, because I couldn't think of anyone personally, you know. So Mahrez, Salah, Beckham, and Robben. You know, it's a short list, but yeah, I couldn't think of anyone. Big up Society Killed the Unicorn. Has anyone ever told you that you look like me? No, they haven't. So, but big up yourself for coming on, guys. As I said, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. And yeah, as I said, make sure you give me some support, guys, if you enjoy the content. As I said, if you guys think of any other players, be sure to let me know in the chat. So the 4 players that I've gone for: Mahrez, Salah, Beckham, and Robben. Who do I pick as the number 1 in Premier League history? It's tough, but I'm gonna say it's a very tough one for me. But I'm gonna say Riyad Mahrez. You know, I'm gonna say Riyad Mahrez, and again, it might be a bit of a shock to some people, because I know a lot of you might go for Salah, but Salah ain't it for me. You know, Robben and Beckham again have a shout, but I'm gonna go for Mahrez, because in terms of having someone in that position, I just like the way Mahrez played. You know, Mahrez for me very rarely or ever had a bad touch. You know, he was so consistent in how he played, and he went to another level for me when he went to Man City in terms of decisiveness. Again, I've already touched on the fact that he wasn't the same player when he left, when he was at Leicester, in terms of having the creative freedom. But I think just in terms of his quality, man, he had it, you know. And again, Robben again was very similar. Robben was more on the pace side. Mahrez was more intricate with the ball, you know, he's more technical, I would say. So yeah, my pick, guys, is Riyad Mahrez for me. Don't know what you guys think. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Riyad Mahrez for sure, you know. But the other 3 have an argument, but yeah, I think Riyad Mahrez does it for me. I think he definitely deserves to be in there. Again, as I said, I don't really know if there's any other players that can be in this list. You know, I've been racking my brains, to be honest, thinking, is there any other players? But I couldn't think of any. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Mahrez. Big up Noemi. Is it Noemi Ferrugia? What's that? Is that Italian? Yeah, it must be Italian. Big up Noemi. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. So Riyad Mahrez wins it for me, guys. Tomorrow I'm gonna do attacking midfielders, number 10s, and again, this list is extensive. I'm gonna give you a list. I'm gonna go through the list now, guys. Actually, just to let you know how difficult a decision this is. So yeah, big up Noemi. Big up, big up. Make sure you smash that like button, as I said, and subscribe to my channel. This list, guys, of the best number 10s in Premier League history. And again, it's not number 10s as in shirt number. It's the number 10s of the position. So obviously back in that era, you had 4-4-2. So you had players that played as a two, as a two, but they were more of the creative forward, whereas the other player was more of the number 9. Yeah, Latin Gamer, big up, bro, man. Big up for coming on, no worries. So the number 10s, guys, in Prem history. I'm going to go through the list. Obviously, we're not going to go through it. We'll go through that tomorrow. But the list I've got. So you've got Liverpool's Philippe Coutinho, Arsenal's Mesut Ozil, Arsenal's Dennis Bergkamp, Chelsea's Gianfranco Zola, Man City's David Silva, and again, you've got Kevin De Bruyne, but I put De Bruyne in the central midfielders because I think he's played the majority of his career for City as a central midfielder. I could put him in the 10, but I've already done him already. He's already been in my list. So David Silva, top player. Eric Cantona, again, played in the 4-4-2 era, just like Dennis Bergkamp and Gianfranco Zola. But these guys were number 10s of that era. Wayne Rooney, again, played in the 4-4-2, but then later played, obviously, as a number 10 behind the likes of a Van Persie. Dimitri Payet, obviously at West Ham, plays as a 10. What a talent he was. Matt Letitia from Southampton. Again, underappreciated for me, Matt Letitia. Top player. Juan Mata deserves a mention. Obviously at Chelsea as a number 10, he was deadly. Obviously at Man United played him more as a right winger, which to this day I don't understand. I can see it with the inverting, but Mata hasn't got any pace really. So why he wasn't used as a number 10 regularly at Man United was a joke. And then Paolo Di Canio, again in the 4-4-2 era, playing as a number 10 in that system. So again, guys, this list of number 10s that I'm going to go through tomorrow is extensive and is probably one of the more difficult ones, harder ones to actually pick, because there's some real talent and some real top players on this list, and picking someone is going to be difficult. So I'm not quite sure who to go with, but we're gonna go through it tomorrow. So if you guys like the stream today, as I said, make sure you're there tomorrow. I'm probably gonna be live tomorrow. I would say, not sure what time. I'd possibly say 12 o'clock tomorrow. I'll probably be live. So yeah, if you do like the stream, guys, make sure you're back on there tomorrow at 12. As I say, put that notification on as well. So go through some of the chat. Yeah, big up Noemi Ferrugia. Big up Reluctant Gamer as always. Let me see if he's still on there. So WWE thing, are you still on there? So you asked me some questions about the football, about the wrestling, sorry. So if you're still on there, bro, man, give me your chat about the wrestling. Because as I said, I'm very versed in wrestling, whatever era. If you want to talk about WCW, the NWO era, WWE, Attitude era now, yeah, whatever you've got, man. So if you're in the chat, WWE thing, let me know, man, what things about wrestling that you want to chat about. Let me know. Guys, I'm going to be live. If no one's got any chat, I'm going to be live for another couple of minutes. as I said, appreciate you guys coming on. Obviously be going for 30 minutes, you know. But as I said, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. Tomorrow I'll be back, obviously, going through best number 10s in Premier League history. You know, it's going to be an enjoyable one. So we've done central midfielders, we've done centre backs, we've done attacking midfielders left, and now we've done attacking midfielders right. So we've got the strikers to do, which again is going to be difficult, but you know what I mean, I think if some of you have been watching the content, then you probably know who I'm going to go for. We got to do goalkeepers still, we got to do left backs, we got to do right backs, and then yeah, that'll be that, man. So make sure you as I said, you're back tomorrow if you enjoy the content. WWE thing, are you still in there? Let me know, bro, before I bounce. Big up Reluctant Gamer as always. Always supporting the channel, bro. Big up yourself. And guys, as I say, if you get a chance to watch some of my other content, be sure to watch some of the other content as well. Obviously there's different shorts and that on there. There's different discussions. So yeah, be sure to watch that. Right, I'm gonna be live for another couple of minutes, just waiting to see if WWE thing's still on. If not, appreciate you guys' support, and I'll be going. Guys, again, if anyone's got any questions, make sure you put that in the chat, and let me know. Yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know. Let me know, guys. All right, looks like WWE thing's not coming on. That's cool. But yeah, WWE thing, if you ever get a chance to come back on, as I say, man, yeah, make sure you put your WWE, whatever comments or questions you've got, make sure you put that in the chat. And as I say, I'll definitely be getting back to that, man. But guys, big up yourselves for coming on. Appreciate it a lot. As I said, make sure you smash that like button. Helps with reaching out to more people. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and put a notification button on as well. And as I said, guys, appreciate you every time coming on. And catch me tomorrow. As I said, most probably I'll be back at 12 o'clock. So yeah, if you do like my content, make sure you're there, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.